Whew. One thing I'm trying to do and get better at is being a public speaker. I want my videos to be better. I want them to make more sense. I don't want to get caught up in my thoughts of how stupid they sound. I am really trying to up my level a little bit because I really do enjoy making videos. I just get in my head that I think that what I want to talk about is stupid and no one's going to watch it and blah blah. So I'm trying to work on all that. I want to talk a little bit today about what I'm going to do to try to stay positive and stay consistent as I'm losing weight and not seeing the results in my body. It's something that I've struggled with today, and I'm going to be honest, I've struggled with it, and it all started from me I love watching different people go on their weight loss journey, and I love leaving comments. My problem is I get into the comment section and I read. So it's something I need to break, because although there could be a lot of encouraging stuff down there and a lot of encouraging and good advice, all it takes is someone to say something really wicked mean that brings out that trigger in me, and that I want to be almost like a mama bear type to people. It's like, how dare you say that, da 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 da. And then it gets me thinking about my own weight loss journey, and and I have to remember that people on the internet, they may pretend like they know everything, or they may act like they're cool, and they're people who leave me comments just leave me comments is because they're hurting. And so I just gotta leave it at that, because it's how I guess they've decided to take care, or how they think they're going to heal. They're not going to heal that way. But anyway, I got caught up in that, and then I got caught up in my own mind about I have over 200 pounds to lose. And what triggered this is there's a woman who I really like her on TikTok. I think she's on YouTube too, and I wish I could remember her name. She's lost 80 to 90 pounds, and she's still going. But it seems like she's always got to defend her. She doesn't have to, but she does do it in a clapback way, which is kind of neat. But it's like she's always defending herself about the stupid comments that people make, and how, oh, you don't look like you lost this and that and blah, blah, blah. But people don't take the time to go back and look at her videos to see, oh, yes, she has. And it's just so people are so quick to judge before they even know your story. And that's just the way it's going to be. And I got to learn to stay out of the comments, because it got me in my head today questioning myself. And if I cry, I cry. Can I really do this? Because when I think about the big picture, it's so daunting to the thought of the amount I have to lose. Over 200 pounds. That's over 200 pounds. That's over 200-pound blocks of butter that's on my body. That is disgusting, embarrassing, but it is what it is. But here's the problem. You can take 5 pounds off of that. You can take 20 pounds off of that, and you're not really going to see the difference on the outside. And that can be daunting, because let's face it, when you see the results, you get better, you get more encouraged. It's like, what am I going to do to keep myself encouraged and keep going, motivated, while I don't see the weight loss? Because it's just not enough yet. And it's going to take me a good solid, at least a year, to really see a huge difference. Like huge difference. I've got to find ways that are going to keep me motivated and keep me going. One of them is just, I don't pay attention. Like, I'm only going to weigh myself once a month. I found that just is the best. But it's like, if I think about the big picture, it's so daunting and so scary. And yes, right now, this is why I want to show this to you before. This is a perfect example of how my brain works, and how I'm trying so hard to break the habit, because I want to be able to be a better speaker. I looked at my hands, and my first immediate thought was fat, sausage, like disgusting. So that's why I get off track and can't think of what I'm talking about, because I have such a horrible inner dialogue that I am working on, and I have gotten better, but I am not where I need to be. And so I wanted to just kind of share that moment with you, that this is how my brain works, and having anxiety doesn't help. But anyway, I have got to find a way to overlook's not the right word. To find a way to deal with how much I have to lose. first and foremost, I have to learn how to forgive myself that I got this big to begin with, because hating on myself is not going to help me be successful. I can hate how my body looks, but I shouldn't hate myself. Yeah, it's not where I want to be. It's not my ideal body. But I am still me. I am still in this body right now. And I need to learn to separate the physical look and who I am. I don't know how to put that. But anyway, how am I going to separate not looking at the big picture and just taking small steps? And I really think it comes down to, one, stay out of the comments on people's posts. I'm just going to have to. I can leave my remark, because I like to leave encouraging remarks. I believe in that. I believe in encouraging each other. I want to build a community. I want to become known on here too as a place to go if you want encouragement, because not just for losing the weight, but just being a kind person. It's a goal of mine, is how I feel like I can help change the world. So I'm trying to be better about just being vulnerable and being real with you all. But I need to start showing you guys some forward movement here. And that means I'm going to be more vulnerable. I lost my train of thought, sorry. Because there's two different things I want to talk about, so I'm trying to talk about both of them at the same time. And how I can do that is by keeping track or breaking down. I'm sorry. Like, I quit saying sorry. It's my brain working. Okay, stop and breathe. It's my anxiety. Okay, let's focus on how I'm going to do this. I've got to take and break down the big picture into smaller bites, and not think about I have to lose 200 pounds, or I have to well, that's the big one, let's put it that way. I am going to start taking pictures, I think, every month, because I think sometimes, even though the scale doesn't show, you can still see the difference in how your body changes and stuff as you lose some of the weight. But my biggest thing is breaking it down and seeing just little bites at a time. I'm not going to see that I have to lose 200 and whatever pounds. I'm going to see it as I have to lose 20 pounds. Okay? Well, let's bear with me, because I know I have a lot more than that to lose. But I'm going to break it down to whether I have to lose 20 pounds. And then when I get to my 20 pounds, celebration. Okay, what's my next goal? I got to lose 20 pounds. And not see the big picture. Really see and focus in on the 20 pounds. And that's not so daunting. At least for me, it's not as daunting. Okay, 20 pounds. Okay, I can do that. And I'm sitting there thinking, do I even want to take pictures? I kind of do, but do I want to put that kind of pressure? Because right now, I'm not going to see 20 pounds coming off my body. So maybe just concentrate. And if you want to give your input on this, I would love to hear it. So, but I am thinking about just doing the 20 pounds and taking everything else that worries me and just breaking them down and not seeing the big picture at all. Even though the little things are going to add up to what the big picture is for me. But I don't want to concentrate on the big picture. I don't want to think about the big picture. I want to think about the big picture being 20 pounds. And then I will concentrate on the next 20 pounds. And be consistent with things I need to change up. And just look at my weight loss as a 20-pound weight loss. And then do it again and again and again. And I'm not saying that maybe it will just also click with me and it won't become such an issue anymore. But right now it's an issue. Another thing I'm worried about is, it sounds so stupid, I don't want it to be vain reasons, because it's not why I want to lose weight. But because I have so much weight to lose, I am a little worried about the loose skin. And I know it shouldn't matter, because at this point in my age, I'm not looking to be a beauty queen. But I don't want to lose all this weight and then be uncomfortable because I have so much loose skin that I can't move. It's like, all right, well then you're just going to have to wear those tucking things, whatever you call them, the bodysuits. Because right at this point in time, losing the weight means so much more important to me. Oh, walking. That was the other one. Exercising. I'm not going to say, oh, at this point in time, I want to get so I can walk 2 miles a day. I got to take that off the table. Oh my gosh. I can walk to the gate and back now, which is about, I don't know how to describe it, maybe 25 yards. I don't know. I'm really bad at it. It's not that far, and it would be a laugh for some people, but for me, it's a big thing. And focus on that just being, actually, even more than that. I can walk to the other end of my trailer and back, and it's not a problem. I need to concentrate on just that until I get to that point. And then when I can get to that point, wow, I can do it 3 times. And then, wow, I can walk outside and walk to the vehicle without being out of breath from all the way from here to things like that, to up the ante a little at a time, but not up the ante until I am completely comfortable because I've met that goal. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's breaking it down and almost like I won. Each little goal I take is a victory, and not look at the big picture that I someday want to walk 2 miles down the road. Is that a goal? Of course it's a goal, but I don't want it to make it my main focus. My main focus is walking to the other end of the trailer and back without being out of breath. That's it. That's all my goal is until I reach that. Same with the weight. I want to get the 20 pounds off. That's it. That's all I want to think about. And so that's what I'm going to try. I hope this made more sense, but for me, it's about staying focused, getting rid of triggers, like not reading comments. I'll read the comments that you write. Don't get me wrong. Please write comments and like and all that stuff. I love reading your comments. I'm talking about reading comments to see what other people have to say on other people's videos. Please don't get that misunderstood. So it's just me not reacting to any other comments on people's videos. Leave my comment that I want to leave for them, and that's it. For me, if I ever get a bad comment, it's going to be immediately blocked. I'm just not going to at this point, I am not going to even, what's the word I'm looking for? I lost the word. Entertain it, because I don't want it to be, I don't want some stranger just to mess up my day. Why would I allow some stranger that I don't know to mess up my progress? I'm not going to give them the chance. So that is my what I'm going to work on. So it's weighing myself once a month. I've got 20 pounds to lose, and I've got to work on being able to walk to the end of the trailer, which is longer, and back without being out of breath. And then we'll celebrate, and then we're going to up the ante a little bit, and then we'll celebrate, and we'll just keep going from there. And I'm going to prove to myself and prove to you all that I deserve to be in this weight loss community. And to let you know that I appreciate your support. So, all right, guys, I hope that made sense. I'm trying to be a little bit better with that. It's a goal of mine. I'm working on it. I am watching videos on how to be a little bit better speaker, but I know hopefully that will come with more confidence as I become more confident in myself. But anyway, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.